Hello everyone and welcome back to another short video from CF Crypto TA. So today I just want to briefly go back to the strategy that I highlighted yesterday using the crypto and fear and greed index and the Bitcoin chart. So some of my sub have cleverly pointed out to me yesterday that actually in some instances, even if the crypto fear greed index was above 90, so as I said, I was saying that over 70 I would take profit. I just wanted to reinforce one main point which is so important. So any of the indicator that I explained to you, they are not perfect at all. Okay, so you can't just base your analysis and you're taking profit or entering the market on one single indicator. This is really important, guys, and this is working with any of the indicators. So like here the beer indicator, here the RSI, the stock RSI, the KST, the chan mo, all of them, or the Ichimoku cloud or Bollinger Bands. You can't just use one indicator to as a strategy. You need to use more than one. So what I usually do as a to analyze my the market and the structure. So first of all, I look at the trend. So I try to understand what is the trend behind the overall market. In this case, Bitcoin. To I'm going over the Elliott, okay, Elliott wave analysis. Okay, so just to remind you on the first one, on the trend, so I look at the secular trend and the primary trend. Then I go with the Elliott wave analysis. Then I look for price pattern. Okay, so we're talking about head and shoulder, cup and handle, okay, and so on, wedges, triangle, etc. Then obviously I look at the intermediate trend. If it's in line with the overall structure, so if it's in line with the secular trend, then I look at moving averages. So I usually use moving average, so like the 200 day or 200 week moving average. I use the 50 day, and also I like to use the volume weighted average. This is really it's amazing because it's also taking account the volume. I use the WAP, which is again the volumated weighted price average. So, which I'll show you later what I'm talking about. So, this is mainly for the short term, okay. And then what I use as well is the other indicators that you saw below. So I look at the RSI mainly and the stock RSI. Okay, just to for the other one that you see just below, these are the KST. The KST is mainly used. I mainly use for the primary trend, so the big trend, but you can use it also for short-term time frame, and the same for the Chand MO. And then I sometimes use the Bollinger Band as well, but mainly the last one is candle stick patterns. So we are talking about bullish engulfing, morning stars, and others. Okay. Also, I just want to put it here, the trend lines. So I always look at the trend lines, horizontal, diagonal. So let's put it in another um, contest here. I know. So trend lines, diagonal, and horizontal. Now, what I want to stress again about it, okay, these are my strategy. So this is my strategy, how I basically analyze the chart, okay, and the market. I try to understand it as best as I can, and then if these different indicators, I then use the crypto fear and greed index, and then I will check, like for example, if we check in November. So that's why one of my sub just told me, okay, because in November we were about 20,000, and it was already over 90 the price. The crypto fear index. Okay, so thank you so much for your suggestion. And as you can see, the price actually kept going up. Now, if you are a completely new in the market, I still think that is a good indicator to use. However, as you can see here, you would have lost two pair. Okay, so 200% profit. So how do you understand whether you meant to sell or not at a profit in that region? So what we do, so as you can see here, uh, I would suggest you always to use the crypto fear and greed index with, for example, the moving average. So on the daily chart, okay, if you see that the moving average, so in this case is this green line. So if you see that the moving average is violated, like here, then it's time to take action and sell your bags. Okay. So in this case, at this level over here, so we have the 14th of April. So the 14th of April 2021, you see that is over 70, is around 80. So you start to basically put in your mind that there is a warning sign. The market is overheated at this time. Okay, so you think, oh, something might happen. Okay, so at this point, then you wait for a confirmation. Okay, on the 50 MA. So as you can see here, the price have broke the 50 MA. Then at this time you would have sell. All right. Now to going back to the November, if you see November, what happened? We were on 90. Okay, we still have a retracement of 15%, which is quite important. And however, the price never touched. It just approached the 50 MA. So in this case, I wouldn't have sold. Now, if we check even further in the 4-hour time frame, what we can see here, we have the 50 MA. Okay, so you can still use, and I'll show you the 50 MA if you really want in the short term. So if the 50 MA is violated on the short term with a really high greedy index, then if you want, you might want to sell. However, what happened, you would have then lost again some profit, because you wouldn't probably re-enter on this dip over here, because this one was the 26th of November, and actually the price, it wasn't even gone down. Okay, so I mean, sorry, the fear and greed index, it was still above 80, 70. So I still really suggest you guys to use the daily and check for the 50 MA violation. When I say violation, you can see that there are whipsaw. Okay, as you can see here, these one are fake outs. So what I would suggest you is an open and close candle below the 50 MA. So if you can see here, we have a 50 MA violation with an opening and close of the candles below this level. Then what happened? The price went deep down. It went to actually retest and then broke down. Now you obviously need to be quite experienced and trying to understand also the market structure. So like in here, we have higher low, and then we have a lower low over here. So the market structure has been broken. Okay, but in terms of in general, how to use the crypto and fear index, this is a great tool to buy the bottoms. So if you buy a fear, so extreme fear is being quite consistent, and every time it was below 20, it was usually a good time to buy. But still, you need to understand the overall structure. That's why it's so important, guys, that you stay with the market. You follow one of your favorite YouTuber, you follow one of your favorite technical analysts, okay, me or whoever you like, and you stay with the market. So you need to understand and or help you to understand how is the market structure right now. Because if you don't have a idea of the market structure, whether it's overbought, oversold, and many other indicators, as I show you here, this is my complete strategy. So what I check every time I watch the chart, okay, whether it is a short-term time frame, so like hourly or daily, or intermediate like weekly and monthly for the long term. Okay, so and then you need to understand again where overall the overall market is moving. So as you can see here, we are in an uptrend. So you know, and you don't try to trade against the trend. Never try to trade against the trend. Why we still bullish in this market? Okay, let me just clear out the picture here. So why we still bullish? Because we got higher low, higher low, high, sorry, lower high, lower high, lower high. Okay, so we still, the market structure is not broken. Okay, however, what we have here, we have a lower, so a higher low, no, lower high. Sorry, I always confuse these two. Even if in my mind is clear, I always confuse these two words. I have no idea why. Might be a little bit dyslexic, I don't know. So anyway, here, okay. However, if you still see on the even the longer time frame, as we can see here, nothing to be worried about. We have a higher low, sorry, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So the structure is still intact. We are in a secular trend, in a secular bullish trend. The bullish trend, secular, is usually lasting between 15 to 20 years on average. So this is a well studied, okay, scientifically, from a lot of technicians in general, not in Bitcoin, but in every market. You can see also on the S&P 500, for example. Let me check it. So you can see the bull markets, they generally last 15 to 20 years. In the case of the S&P 500 is 17 years, and then the bear market are usually lasting 18 years. Okay, so now you need to go back and check each one of them. So for example, this one was a bear market. So this one, it was a short. So we have always the outlier was 11 years. And then if you see, we can actually take it from here, from 2009 till 21 is 12 years. So we have a 12 years bull market. So before having this one, is was 75 till 2000, okay, 25 years, as you can see here. However, there is always obviously some primary trend correction or bear markets, which they usually last long, okay, so they are not lasting for just a few months. They usually last quite long. I mean, it depends. This one, for example, was basically 2 years. So anyway, in general, you need to always try to understand what is the overall picture of the market, where is heading, and not trending against of it. So just to summarize, Bitcoin, you can use the fear and greed index, as I pointed out yesterday. However, you need to learn to use other indicators to help you to have a good informative choice and decide when to sell and buy. So in this case, again, in November 2020, so here we had over 90 on the fear and greed index. However, the market rallied a lot. So what you need to do again, is always checking for a confirmation with the moving average, if you like, to understand when to sell. So if you basically bought over here, you would have sold here, you would have still made 87%, 100% of your money. However, you would have missed a lot of profit from here till the top. So if you were going to sell over here when you had the confirmation of a breakout of the moving average, of the 50 moving average, you would have made from the bottom to up the top five four times your money. Now again, it's very unlikely in general that you will be able to catch exactly the bottom and exactly the top. We don't care about that because this one, this area over here, where is it? This area over here is still profit, guys. That's a lot of profit. So I don't mind to just miss 10% or 10% here when I'm making three times 360%. I don't care. I rather be uh, in this wave up than not being in any wave just because I was trying to catch in the bottom and I went and I've been liquidated from the market, and same on the top. So always remember, any indicator that you use, just remember to use it in conjunction with others. So you need to use other beside other indicators. You can't just use one indicator. And that's all from me for today. I hope this will help you to better understand how to use the crypto fear and greed index. And I didn't meant at all that you can use it just by itself. It's a great tool to better understand where you are on the market. You understand that is a warning sign if you see that is over 70 because the market is probably overheated. However, you still need to check the overall picture and where the market is heading. Once again, here is CF Crypto TA, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope will help you to better navigate this volatile market.